Okay.
Hello
everyone. Welcome
Hi.
to Share the Love Sundays.
Thank you everyone for coming. We see you in the chat already.
Hi.
Hello. If you're here, say hi, and feel free to ask questions, join in the conversation. We'll check in with you guys periodically as we go through the interview, which today is with the lovely Jarrett from TorgieBear58. Hi, Jarrett.
Hi guys, how are you doing today? Oh,
Wants to get in on it.
Yeah, you've got cats, we've got a puppy. It should be
beautiful.
interesting.
They love to steal the show, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time.
We got lots of people in the chat so far who said hello.
Hi, Just George. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, Flower Eggs and Yeast. Hi, and Dad. Hi, Dad.
You always
Thanks
say
for
Dad
coming.
like, hi, Dad.
No, he's just so
Oh.
loyal, isn't he? Here every week. It's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Okay, Jarrett, let's get the ball rolling. Can you tell us about your channel, why you started it and when you started it?
Yes, my channel is basically a channel where I upload Let's Plays of game playthroughs. I've uploaded a few taste testings of some local food from my area, including where I work. And I've even done a few reactions here and there. And the reason I started it was because I felt passionate about playing games and everything. And after I moved up here with my wife, she introduced me to a YouTuber named Markiplier, and I got inspiration from his videos and inspiration from a friend at work to be able to create content, and it just started slowly gaining speed. And I created it just to give people an escape, because gaming has really helped me through dark times in my life, and a lot of gamers out there do struggle with real life situations. So a quote that I always believe in with gaming is it's not just one life you live many. And you live as a mage, you can live as a pirate, just you can experience many things and just escape from reality for a bit.
That is great.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too, and it's so important, particularly now in lockdown. I know several areas are really locked down. You know, the UK is on a tier 5, and you know, and it's stressful, and you worry about friends and family, and you have to escape from that, don't you? You have to escape from certain stresses and worries, and what better way than doing something that you love and escaping into a different world.
Yeah. I'm an actor, so I totally relate to this.
Right?
Brilliant. Love that. I just see some new people are here in the chat, so let's say hello. Maysam Adventures are here. Hi guys. Welcome. Just George says, oh hey, Dad is doing something cool, I want to join in. Oh, that's the cat. Yeah. Very cool. And Roger's here.
Hi, Rog.
Hello, Rog. Welcome. And Maysam Adventures say, yep, national lockdown here.
Yes, yeah.
Perhaps you guys in the chat can let us know what escapism you have during this tough time. Be interesting to know what you guys do. Probably all YouTube, I would guess.
Yes. It's strange, isn't it? I mean, 2020 was an awful year, but that's the year we started our channel before it all really, you know, we were realized that it was all going to be like this. And actually, that's one good thing that's happened for us.
Yeah.
One really good thing. So you have to kind of look at the positives against those negatives, don't you, Jarrett?
Yes. You really got to focus on the positives in life, especially when going through 2020, because there's a lot of, not just with the lockdown, but there's also seasonal depression as well, which can happen, especially up here in northern Minnesota with the snow and blizzards. With and then once you bring in COVID and then schools, I mean, I have nephews that don't have to go to school along with the baby one that my mother-in-law has to watch, and that can also be stressful. But I mean, got to focus on the positives. Everybody's healthy, everybody's safe, and you just focus on a positive outlook, do something positive like reading a book, playing a game, or just something to escape reality for a bit. I mean,
yeah, and not feel
better
guilty
than
about it. Yeah, because you know there is a huge amount of guilt thinking, oh God, I've got all these jobs to do. I should really be doing something like that instead of, you know, enjoying myself. But you really should make time. Look at the little cat behind there.
Yeah.
our little parrot.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, you were saying about the Let's Play games. Can you just talk about that, what it is and how people can get involved with that?
Well, basically when I start to make a Let's Play, I use a capture card, which is something that you can get inexpensively or focus on investing in if you're really want to get like 4K video and everything. But I basically just on the second shelf there's a red and black box. It's a portable one where I could take with me and just record anywhere I'm at with my game console, and I just use my phone as a camera. So I basically use editing software to layer it up together, and I got the editing software for very cheap through Humble Bundle, and that's how I was able to make all my thumbnails and put it all together. If you just pay attention to looking around, if you wanted to start doing Let's Plays, just look around for deals and specials on Amazon, and you basically will be able to get a cheap setup to start you off.
Well, that's good to know, because I think what puts lots of people off is the cost, you know, imagined cost of everything. So what software do you use?
I use Sony Vegas Studios. That's actually what I started using when I first did YouTube back in middle school and high school. This wasn't my very first channel. This is the very first channel I've invested in. But when I first started YouTube, there was a channel where I made short films, little skits with my friends, and I've been thinking about doing a reaction to some of those videos on this channel here in a little bit, but I looked at some of them the other day, and it's like, what were we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We hear you. We started off doing skits, and we look back at them and we think, oh my
we thought
goodness,
they were so good.
We did initially, and then we're looking like, oh my God, should we take them off the channel? But yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? You talking about that, how you evolve as a YouTuber. So yeah, just talk about, you started off doing skits and then you've ended up you know, doing games. And I also understand you want to branch out into other things on your channel too.
Yes. I eventually want to get to a point where I'm not just uploading gameplay throughout the week. Like you guys seen, I sent out a newsletter, and I usually give out my weekly schedule during that. That's how people can find out. And I really want to start getting to the point where I can put in like a little funny short bit, or I've been thinking about doing something with like pictures or videos with the baby of Grogu and calling it Adventures with Grogu or something like that. I gotta find the time for that. But yeah. I've even started starting probably in February. Every Sunday I'm going to be doing a stream where I'm streaming for Extra Life.
So what, just tell us a bit more about that.
It is a charity organization that raises money for the Children's Miracle Hospital Network, and it's an organization where gamers, people, it's like, have you ever heard of Relay for Life?
I don't think so.
Tell us more about
it. No, Relay for Life is for like the Cancer Society, American Cancer Society, and it raises money for like people that have died from cancer and everything. And this is something where it raises money for children's hospitals and puts money towards that. And you can get a stream overlay where you can display what you're raising money for, and you can do all these fun little things to raise money for your local children's hospital. And I got one about an hour away from me that I chose and I want to start doing, but I want to know if I want to do a team or do it by myself.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, if you've got any links that we can put on this in the description, please let us know.
Yeah, or like in the future,
Yeah,
just
for
always send
sure.
us stuff. We can always put it on this video for the people watching on replay.
Yes.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Yeah,
Great.
that would be wonderful. And we've got lots going on in the chat, Lucy.
Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome. I'm just going to scroll back. Oh, Rebecca's here. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. Just George says, to escape, it's gaming, watching YouTube, and doing my podcast. Oh, interesting. You have to let us know what that is, Just George. We'll check you out. Rebecca says, I definitely have watched more YouTube since summer.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
I must admit, like, before the lockdown and before starting a channel, I didn't really watch much YouTube. Honestly, I didn't. It's something that I've only recently discovered and fallen in love with. Just George says, in Scotland, we just take it on the chin, so we don't complain as much from what I've seen. Yeah.
Oh, yes, they're very hardy.
Tough.
Very hardy, yes, yes.
Not like us Southerners.
No, quite.
Oh, Casey's here. Hello, Kasie.
Hi, Kasie.
Great to see you too. Maysam Adventures say, we've just started playing Among Us. Yes, I love that. We've just started playing Among Us to pass the time. What are Jarrett's thoughts on this game? Have you played that, Jarrett?
I have tried a little bit of it on my phone, but it is actually going to be going to Xbox Game Pass for consoles sometime this year of 2021. So that is something I'm going to be playing and streaming once it gets on the console, because the phone, since I got a new phone, I'm trying to do a bit more games on it. And the only game I've so far really liked that I've played off of it so far is Stardew Valley. Among Us is okay, but I mean, I really would like to rather use a controller, and I think I can, but I would rather just play it on a bigger screen, bigger console, then that way I can play with my friends and figure things out that way, because I'm very limited right now to who I can play with, even if it's on a phone. I'd rather play on a console.
Got ya. We'll look forward to that coming out later this year. That sounds good.
Yeah.
But I do like it. I do like the game. I don't know if I said that. I do really like the game. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, I watched it on Maysam Adventures channel. It looks really fun.
I must check that out.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it is. Casey says, my friend has an Among Us class on Outscore. Oh, that's cool. What a great idea. You can, for anyone who doesn't know, you can teach pretty much anything on Outscore. It's a really cool platform, which I haven't got on yet, but maybe I will. Flower X and you say, hi, Jarrett. We saw you were on and we just had to show up to support you as our community. I love this community, don't you, Jarrett?
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Lovely.
It's awesome. Everyone in the communities are so supportive of each other. It's wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Right?
Just George says, you can get a cheap capture card on Amazon. After that, you just need a console phone PC to get connected to connect to a PC or laptop, and you're good to go.
Yep.
I always thought it was so complicated.
Yeah.
No. It used to be back in the day, but there's that. I mean, I should have pulled it down, but basically with my capture card, there's 2 ports on the back of it. One for the TV, one for the console, and then there's a USB port where I can plug it into the computer, or it has an SD card built in to where I can just record directly onto the SD card and transfer.
Right.
Are these like, do you need like an external hard drive or something? Because I imagine these are huge files. We're trying to do a reaction video and it's a lot of stuff for our computer.
Well, I would recommend that. I asked for a 2 terabyte, but I think I ended up getting like an 8 terabyte or a 4 terabyte for my PC, and I haven't really made too much of a dent in it, but the files are quite big. I still have files from like a year or 2 ago that are still on there if I ever wanted to go back and do something fun with it.
Yeah.
But yes, I would recommend, if you're trying to make like longer videos and everything like that, I would recommend probably looking at one down the line, and over the like, they'll probably have like an Easter sale, or just pay attention to Amazon or stuff on the sales, and you should be able to find a pretty nice one for that. Really useful.
Great. Yeah.
Good advice.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Let's see. Just George says, Among Us is also a perfect teaching tool. You can teach about you can teach about democracy, how language can be used in unique ways, etc. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, good point. Maysam Adventures say, oh, that's a good point, they say. I just get worried about how much my kids want to kill.
Yeah, that would be a concern, I guess. Yeah.
A little bit.
We saw your version, Kelly. You liked it too. Great. Let's see. Oh, Flower Eggs, and you say, I know Relay for Life. Oh, brilliant. Lucy, Julie, or Jarrett, will you link that raising money platform? Yes, he will.
Yeah. Once I get the page set up, I will send you guys a link, and you guys can put it in the description. Just because I'm still trying to figure a few things out.
Perfect.
That would be awesome. Thanks, Jarrett.
And if people, I assume you'll keep up to that with your newsletter too. If people want to subscribe to your newsletter, how can they do that?
They can follow. There is a link tree that I have that has all my social media outlets, and within that there is a link to a thing that says "Buy me a honeypot," and what that basically is takes you to the site where you can do it for free and get a weekly newsletter in your email that'll give you a weekly schedule of what I'm doing, maybe a couple pictures, and I'm going to try to put a gaming quote of the week in each one.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah, yes. And we have subscribed to the newsletter.
We highly recommend it.
Absolutely. Yes. So we'll put details as well on that.
We'll make sure you guys can all get that.
Yeah.
Just George says, well, Jarrett, we can always play Halo campaign co-op to get the ball rolling.
We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
What is that?
I actually ended up just installing that on my Xbox yesterday.
Oh.
Well, George, we need the link. We need to link up.
Yeah, there you go. There's the invite. Yes. So how actually do you link up with somebody then? I'm sorry, we're not gamers.
Not very au fait.
I know. So if say Lucy and I want to play a game with you, Jarrett. He's going.
There, you're back. You came on my screen. You were frozen for a sec, but yeah, I'm ready for a game.
Oh, we were just saying, did you hear what we said? We were just saying, how do you link up with another gamer? How do you actually physically do that?
Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, you were cut out during that. There's these two amazing groups that I am a part of, and one is known as Alliance Gaming, and another one is Dark Dragon Triad. They are both gaming groups that I have been a part of for the last year or two. In fact, the Dark Dragon Triad, we actually had Secret Santa gifts last year and this year, 2019 and 2020, and I have gotten a cool art book based off Resident Evil, and for Christmas, I got a D&D themed cookbook. And they also have a support group, the Dark Dragon Triad, where you can message people if you're having a hard time, or if you need to let out anything. They're always there to chat. And Alliance Gaming does, and they both do a weekly mental health checkup too, to where you can react with a certain heart color. And one's like, I'm great, I'm good, I'm okay, I could use somebody to talk to, I'm not doing the best. Wow. And then someone will message you or contact you. It's a really great group, and I've made some awesome friends. We've done a couple streams together. That's how I've gotten to know George. Just George. That's how I met him, was through a gaming group, and that's how I started being part of his podcast when he started, and that's how we know each other. Mm-hmm. So I have met, and through the YouTube groups, like support YouTubers, YouTube Gamers and Geeks, those are ones that I love sharing my content with, and that's how I've gotten to where I've been, plus friends and family. And it's just all the support that I've gotten from them and all the people that I've met. It's been a really incredible experience, and that's where I mostly find people to play with and play with.
That's cool. And what a good idea. I love that heart system. Isn't it wonderful? You're keeping an eye on each other and looking out for each other.
Yeah. I think there's a really big misconception that when you play a game, you're kind of sitting alone in your room like in the dark playing these games. But there's such like a vast community, isn't there? A supportive community that we've kind of tapped into a little bit through doing YouTube and talking to you guys.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just great. It's funny how that can make you evolve as a person, being part of groups and stuff like that. Because end up having experiences you never would have thought. Like
exactly, yes.
The Dark Dragon Triad. Have you guys ever heard of a game called Ark?
Heard of it? Yeah, I don't know much about it.
It's basically you get teleported to a world where you can survive and tame dinosaurs, ride them around, build forts.
Oh, there we go.
My youngest daughter is an absolute dinosaur freak.
Yeah.
So what it's called, I'm sure she knows about it, but she doesn't. Katie, Ark.
Oh yeah. And then I will say that through that game, I was meeting up with people of Dark Dragon Triad trying to get to them, and I would keep dying from dinosaurs. And then there's a point where I got right there, because they have to add you to the tribe in person, and they didn't do it in time, and we both just got slaughtered. And they were like, well, thanks for that. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get to you. I don't know.
Oh no.
Almost there, and suddenly That's brilliant.
Oh, fun.
We've got a lot of responses going on in the chat, Jarrett.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
Flower, eggs, and you say, I did miss the first few minutes, so if this is a repeat question, disregard. But how did you choose your channel name?
Okay, that took a while. That took like at least a week, because I was trying to think of, people have called me JT, and that's just my initials. And then I have been called Torgie by my gym coach when I was going in elementary school, and sometimes Torg. And then I just had to think about like what I wanted it to be and everything. And I came up with TorgieBear because I had memories of doing a report on the sun bear and how I thought it was really cool for the sun bear. And then all of a sudden it came to click to me, the 58 is a very weird number in my life, because when I first started football, when I was at my old school, my vest, my hockey shirt was 58. And then I come up here, I move up north with my wife, and once I'm done, graduate out of high school, we live in this house right across from our mom's for a little while. And then we come into the trailer park, and our lot number on the trailer is 58.
Oh,
no. So I just decided to put that with the name, and that's how I got TorgieBear58.
Oh, I love it. Oh, what a great story. And I love the name TorgieBear. It's so cool. Lots of gamers have got such cool names, haven't they? But TorgieBear is so cool. It's right up there. Well, that's a great question. Thank you for that.
Let's see. Cam says, games on the phone aren't my favorite either. Yeah. I can imagine, like, especially when you're playing something so visual, it's nice to have the big screen.
Yes.
Yeah. However, you want to have a smaller screen if you're playing a first-person shooter, because your eyes work less. I learned that from my boss. If you're playing on a big screen, your eyes are tracking the screen. So if you have a smaller screen during a first-person shooter, your eyes don't have to track as much when you're looking around.
Oh, what good advice. I'd never thought of that.
So if you're struggling on the big screen
with your shooting games, go to the smaller screen.
Perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, gotcha. Let's see. Just Judge says, Jarrett, you could run it on PC, and if you have a Game Pass Ultimate, you could get it for free. A potato can run Among Us. I'm sorry.
What if George, my computer doesn't have a graphics card. Is it still capable?
Oh, George.
Come on, George. We need an answer to this.
Oh, he says no external hard drive needed, but I would. Oh, sorry. It just jumped forward. Give me a second. Go back.
Lucy, I think you need glasses. I really do.
I do. No, I have just had my eyes tested. They're still good, but I think it's just reading. Can you imagine me with the first person shooter squinting away? No external hard drive needed, but I would recommend a 1 terabyte SSD for edits, etc. Again, Amazon can be cheap. Good advice. Let's see. Cam says you need to link that D+D cookbook. Oh yeah, do you have a link for that?
I don't have a link. I do have what it looks like though.
Look at that.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Bit of Viking in there, isn't there, going on?
Oh yeah, all around the table, and they split it up like humans, elves, and everything, and the pictures are just so amazing. You want to eat the page. I know it's crazy.
Oh wow,
amazing.
Heroes Feast. Okay.
Oh, love it. That's so cool.
Yeah, best I can do because it was a Secret Santa gift. I don't know where they got it. I just know you could probably find that on Amazon or something.
Probably.
That is cool.
That is really cool. Oh, hello. Solo Twisted says, TorgieBear. I hope I'm saying that right. And Just George says, well, we knew each other before AOG through Phil, remember? When the podcast was in its infantile stage.
Yes.
This is why I started my podcast, The Positive Side of Gaming, through meeting people and how it has shaped people.
Yes. It all started with a guy named Phil. I met Phil first, and he got me into wanting to type up web articles. That's why I started doing the newsletter, actually. But he started me coming up with writing articles for his website. And I did write one, but since he stopped paying for the website, it's not there anymore. But it was on a cool retro device. And now I started doing the newsletter, and then I have actually a local news agency called Twin Cities Geeks that has people that contribute to their site, and I want to start doing that. But I want to develop my writing more, and that's what I'm going to use the newsletter to do, and then write them a cool, fun article.
That's a great idea. Yeah, and I think it's a great idea having a newsletter, because I was saying to Lucy, that's a really cool idea, to send out a newsletter and, keep everyone up to date with what's going on and what's coming up. And yeah, that is very good. And yeah, well, good luck with that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I like how you have all these different areas of interest that all kind of tie in together and develop together. It's really cool. It's not just a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right. It just ADHD can be a problem though, because my mind will be on something and then all of a sudden it wants to do this, and then I end up doing that. And it's like, that's the only issue is I got all these interests. I just got to make sure I'm putting enough into each one to make sure I can keep it going.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be hard.
No, I was just going to say that's why my main focus is in the Twitch and YouTube at the moment, along with that newsletter.
Yeah,
because
it's easy to spread yourself too thin, isn't it? When you do have all these interests.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's hard for us doing the YouTube channel. We always say, however do people do it with just one person? Because it's a kind of a full-time job with two of us doing, different parts of it. Do you find at times it gets a little bit overwhelming? And if so, what do you do about that?
Yes, I do hear a lot about YouTube burnout, and it is a very real thing, because you can either plan too much and it can be overwhelming, or you can plan too little and not have it react enough. And it can be hard, especially depending on your mental health status, I should say, because if you're someone who isn't feeling the happiest all the time and everything, and if you're trying to create content to make yourself happy, you could plan too much content, it can become overwhelming, and then there'll be time where for a week or so you won't want to make content. And then sometimes it can be hard for somebody to go back to it too. So I mean, you really just got to balance it out. And I've been trying to find games that I just don't want to stream, that I want to play myself and play through and have fun with. And a lot of games that I like going to for that right now are Minecraft is always one that is on my list. But then there's also this one called Dying Light, and it is a zombie parkour survival type deal where you have all these different types of tools and you do parkour around the buildings and parkour the zombies, and that's a lot of wants to take out aggression on, I should say, instead of like actual aggression out on someone, but
yeah.
or to keep myself nice and calm, I always find myself going like Minecraft or Stardew Valley on my phone, or just something to help like cheer myself up a little bit, and then I'll get making content, going back into it.
Yeah, I guess it's important, to also just purely enjoy something and not always think, oh, I've got to use that on the channel. I've got to use that on the channel. I can't waste that, but to actually have times when you're playing just for sheer enjoyment or to let your frustration out or whatever.
Exactly. Because then you end up wondering, what am I going to play now? Like, I'm using all these for this. Can I just play them off screen? I mean, what? So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, we've got some more people joining the chat, I think.
I just saw this one. George says he's lying. 58 was actually his date of birth.
No.
I don't think so. Well, I knew it couldn't be that.
You're looking great if it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know. It's all this honey that I just keep in jars.
We'll be keeping pots of honey around now.
I guess. You never know when you'll need it.
Indeed.
Oh, Tony's here.
Hi,
Tony. Welcome. And Flower Eggs New State, people really do have their numbers. Isn't that so interesting how it all shows up? My number has always been 312.
Wow, that's Teresa. Random.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah,
intriguing.
Yeah.
And Tony says, "Hey, TorgieBear."
Hey there, man. Hope you're doing well.
And just George says, "Should try it, dude. What CPU are you using?"
I'm not 100% sure because I don't memorize stuff like that. I just know my computer I got from my mom. She got it from a friend that didn't really use it, and she bought it back in 2007.
Wow, that's going strong.
It's still going strong. I mean, when I'm editing, my computer won't shut off or anything, but the editing software I can't play my video, it'll freeze. I can still edit, but I can't look at the video as I'm editing.
That's
I have
giving me
to sit out and restart it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Lucy had to get a new computer because her previous one, when she was editing, just kept crashing, didn't it? The whole time. It was so slow. It just took forever, didn't it? It was very frustrating. So she saved all her pennies and had for her birthdays and Christmas.
Yeah, but I'm so impressed. 2007.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the fact that it's still turning on.
Yeah. I'm surprised too. But I mean, I've got it back. I've had this computer for since I've started the YouTube channel. So probably for like the last 3 or so years, 3.5 maybe. Oh man,
good.
Yeah, you've definitely.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It just can't play games. It just cannot play games to save its life. It even has problems with RuneScape. Not a good computer for gaming, but everything else is working.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cam says, "Yes, this whole tuning was worth it for that cookbook." Oh
yeah.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
glad we can provide some. What's the word?
Information.
We'll wait to see Flower Eggs and Yeast doing some of those recipes on their channel.
You should, guys.
I would be looking for that 100%.
And if you've got a recipe you could recommend for them, nothing too complicated.
Oh, they can handle it.
I'm sure they can.
They're good.
Like rare animal or something they've got to hunt. mythical creature.
Yeah, blood of the dragon or something.
Add one unicorn.
Yeah, one unicorn.
Only one.
Just one.
Let's see. TT Berger says, TorgieBear, still digging the shirt.
Oh yes, we were going to ask you about your
you.
shirts. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the YouTube logo, and oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got to get some shirts done. Where did you get your shirt? We want to ask you about your logo too. So how did you get your logo done and your shirt done? Because your logo is super cool.
It is really cool.
We want one too.
Yeah.
But we're not that cool, so we're going to struggle.
Well, for the shirts, I got it for Christmas from my brother-in-law and his girlfriend. She used a Cricut machine and created this for me. My wife has one too that says her YouTube channel name. It's so comfy. They tell me to hang dry it, not dry it so it lasts longer. And honestly, it's my favorite thing to wear when I'm done with work. I will always put this in the washer and dryer like almost every other day if we're doing laundry, just so I can keep wearing it, because it is.
That's good. It looks comfortable, and the colors are so bright as well.
Yeah,
aren't they?
They look good on camera.
Yeah, for sure. And what about your actual logo for your channel, Jarrett?
So it was done. I can't remember where he's from, but there's this guy that came across me, or I came across him, known as DDTS Designs, and or DDTS, it's something like that. And we just messaged each other and everything, asked what we were looking for, and a few days later I ended up getting sent to me. And I want to say he's from Indonesia. I could be wrong, but he's not from the States. He's not from the States, somewhere from around the world. And I found him on this website called Fiverr, where you can find these services. And we just ended up talking a little bit, and I really wanted to try to find something new for 2020, because I love my nephews. I use their artwork when I can in my thumbnails occasionally. I used to do it a lot more, and I should be doing it a lot more now. I used to do it so much more when I started. But my nephew, when he started doing my first YouTube logo and everything and whatnot, and that's what I started using. And then he started making me these cool little PNG files that I could put over my thumbnails. And I actually have done videos with my nephews, and those are some of the ones that I've got some of the more on. And I will say that they started out with my thumbnails, and I use their art whenever I can now, but I mainly use that new logo design in most of my thumbnails as I like to, but I will like to use my nephews more.
Okay, well, nephews, if you're watching a live or replay, you're going to be called upon. And can we just say, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for coming along.
Thank you, everyone.
And we would so appreciate it if you gave us a like, and please keep asking questions for Jarrett. You've been brilliant. It's lovely to have such an interactive experience with you all at home too. So thank you so much for that.
We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, after this interview, go and check out TorgieBear58, because it's really, really fun.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Let's see. Where are we in the chat? Just George says, Brit Girls Live newsletter when? Actually, I was thinking it might be a good idea each week to send out a little newsletter saying who we've got coming up.
Yeah, it would be
we
good.
put it on Facebook just before, but maybe some people have, made plans or something. They can't come. It might not be a bad idea.
That would be a good thing to use in a newsletter. So who have we got coming up next week, Lucy? Let's just have a
quickly plug next week.
Preview next week.
Wow, we are really excited because we've got a guy called Mark Moser who has a fitness and workout channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be giving us workout advice, and he is fit in more ways than one.
Yeah, honestly, the strength of the guy is incredible, and he also does like unboxings and simple workouts for people like us.
Yeah, he does. You ask him anything on the channel after watching his video, and he gives you advice straight away.
Yeah, and adaptions.
Yeah, adaptions.
So yeah, anyone who's looking to get fit in 2021, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, same time.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Kasie says, I know the feeling of ADHD. Oh yeah. Do you find that it helps with the doing the channel and everything? Does it help you, Jarrett?
It can be a double-edged sword. It can either be very useful, or it can either be very hard. Very hard when you're trying to plan things out, because there's so much you want to do, but there's only to get to. And I will say that like sometime when I first started out, I was trying to plan out on like a schedule when I'm releasing video, when I'm recording, when I'm editing. But I started doing the weekly newsletter because I can only plan it out week by week. I can't plan too far out of ahead. Otherwise, otherwise it'll stress me out. So
yeah, understand.
But with the, I will say that I used to take medication when I was a child for ADHD, but it made me into such a zombie, and it just do much of what I wanted it to. So I wanted them to stop. And now with the ADHD, I can fully be myself in a way, because I don't think I could be myself without the condition, because sometimes when you're playing a game, there's all these like, what is it called? In your mind just goes off like these neurons or whatever.
Neurons, yeah.
Just enhances your mind, and sometimes you act a certain way on camera that you would never really do it in real life. And sometimes when you look back to editing, it's like, that is very funny, but why did I do that?
So true.
Yeah. We often look back and go, why did we do that?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. And why did we say that? Yeah, I know.
It is funny. The camera does do things to you.
Oh, it does. It does definitely. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Cake Tin XP says, here's supporting Torgie from the AOG.
Hi.
Welcome.
That's great.
Let's see. Cam, just got to go back a little bit. Sorry, it jumps forward, everybody. Bear with me. Cam says, I almost never feel like doing the content, but I find it uplifting afterwards with a sense of satisfaction for a job somewhat well done. Maybe medium well done.
Medium well done.
Yeah. There is a sense of satisfaction to it. Don't you think, Jarrett? Like once you've got something recorded, edited and up.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's all worth it then, isn't it? That process, when it all comes together, is wonderful. Yes, it is a sense of achievement, and you can sort of go, I did it. It's there. And yeah, exactly. It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
It is. It is. I mean, when I started editing the 175 subscriber special, that took me about 2.5 hours, just because I was using different types of editing techniques and trying to get new type of stuff in there. Like there's this part where I'm shouting out, help me. And all of a sudden I put in my YouTube logo that my nephew made of myself, like scared. And then I added in help me. And then I put in the Kevin Hart's bit saying, help me. That's something I haven't done before. And then that took a process because I had to screen record it off my old phone, upload it to Google, and then download it, and then convert it and edit it.
Wow. Yeah, there's lots of stages there.
There is. I don't think like if you don't do editing, you sometimes don't realize, because like you watch something on TV and it always looks amazing. You just kind of take it for granted that it's going to look amazing. Once you've done the editing process and you realize how time consuming it can be, you have like a whole new appreciation for it, don't you? At least I think I do.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's see. Tony says, hi everyone, I'm doing well. Oh, had a breakup with my girlfriend on Friday.
Oh no.
But I'm doing better. Bad breakup, but I'm doing better though.
Oh, so sorry to hear that, Tony.
So sorry.
Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can cheer you up a bit today, Tony.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just George says, get me over Facebook or Discord later, Jarrett, and we can talk about PC specs, etc. later. Great.
I will do. And I mean, if we could get something like that to run perfect, great. I'm happy to play Among Us on the PC. My PC is not capable of streaming at all. That I go through a cloud-based streaming platform to actually have my overlays and everything with that when I stream, because it helps with the quality and it makes my footage come out a lot clearer. So I go through that and I stream everything off my console right next to you. Or me, I should say, not you, me. But I use that and I connect a webcam to the Xbox, and then I just have a ring light and a tripod that the phone's in right now that I use to record, and then the webcam for streaming.
Yeah.
I must say the phone looks really good.
It does.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah, that's amazing. You wouldn't think it was a phone videoing that.
Not at all. Let's see. Tony says, it makes me want a logo shirt of mine to make someday.
Yeah, exactly. We're saying the same thing. We nearly need to think about that. We need a meeting.
We do. Yeah, we'll hold a meeting. Work out how we can all get together.
They just got a Cricut. They just got a Cricut online, or somehow they got a Cricut, and they actually got instructions on how to do it all themselves. And I think they just purchased a shirt, and they used the logo in the Cricut machine, and then just whatever you place logos on shirts they use. I don't know what it is. Iron, maybe it on. I don't know. I don't know how to make shirts.
I don't know either. There must be like an online shop or something. You can like put your logo on and they'll make it for you.
Yeah, maybe. I imagine so. Yeah.
There is actually, I created a merch store for Dark Dragon Triad so they can get their logo on shirts. And that's a website that is completely free to set up through PayPal and everything. And you can put your own logo on it. You can order it yourself, or you can sell it to your followers and and you can change the price and make your own income from that. There's a couple sites out there that are like that, but Spreadshirt, you can basically upload your logo on the hats, shirts, stickers, mugs, and you can even get a bandana for the dog with the logo on there too.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
You have a Brit Girls bandana.
Yeah, she's just laying across my lap. She's completely asleep.
Will your computer let me tip it down?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, she is just the most precious.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
She is fast asleep.
Absolutely.
Very rare. She's usually going berserk on those Sunday morning interviews. So I'm trying not to move. My arm has actually gone a little bit dead, but I'm just
work through it. Let's see. Solo Twisted says, probably going to get hate, but I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. So how would you describe it to me in a simple basis? I've never played it either, but I've seen it on Stranger Things.
Yes. Oh, yes, Stranger Things. Yeah.
Well, I will just describe it as an interactive board game, because you basically get sheets with your character on it that you can create with a roll of dice. And most popular is a D20, but you got to create your levels, create your skills. And then I will say that you basically create your character, and then there's one guy that basically tells the story and gives you the direction that you need to go. Like, you would tell somebody, like, I want to go explore over here. What are my chances of like getting attacked by something? And then you roll the dice. If it's a less number, it's a less chance of getting attacked. If it's a high number, a higher chance of getting attacked. And then that's how the story unfolds. And then you basically do the dice and everything, and what the DM wants you to do will help develop your character and everything. It's been a long time, probably like maybe 2 years or so since I've played. It's been quite a long time, but it was quite a bit of fun, and it's very creative, especially if you get to use your voices. Like, I know there's this guy that would be like a golem, and it was just, come here, and it was like, it was so weird, so weird. And then if you can actually go to places and actually be part of campaigns, like at a gaming store, and there's this guy who wore a cape, had a staff, his beard and hair was all like long, everything, and he would be the DM, and he was just like a wizard of sorts. And it's like, people get really into it, and it's a lot of fun.
I love it.
Yeah, I love a bit of dressing up.
Yeah, I appreciate the commitment to the role there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That sounds so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a cool idea. Yeah, I love a good board game, but that one sounds like it takes it to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flower Eggs, and you say, oh, hey, what's your wife's channel? I was going to ask you that. What's your wife's channel?
She hasn't uploaded anything to it for a very long time, but when she first started doing it, it's a TorgieBear58. She's done a few 100s. Yep. So it just relates to mine. But she's done a few episodes of her playing through Spiral levels at 100%. And then we actually, like I said, I wish I could do this for a living and enjoy it, because there's another channel that my wife and I have called Pillow Talk Productions. And it's basically a couples reaction channel and a podcast type deal that we started doing like last year or a year before. But just so much within our schedules and everything, it's really hard times.
It's hard.
It would be nice to get back into it, but that's why I want to try to start getting reactions started on mine. And then if it goes well, go back to doing that one. I just wish I could do this full time.
Yeah. Oh, so do we.
It'd be great.
I know. It'd be wonderful.
One day.
One day. Yes, one day.
Yeah. And I must say, I really enjoyed the reaction that you did to the Christmas stories. What was that one called? That was so good. And you were saying things, and I was like, "That's what I'm thinking."
I think it's like 3 unsettling Christmas stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I recommend that video a lot. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Maysam Adventures. What's your wife's channel about? And George has already liked. Great.
Cool.
Good job, George. Solo Twisted say same. And Kasie says, awesome, love your channel and Lucy's channel with our husband. Oh yes, since we're talking about husband and wife's channels. Yeah.
Check out crafting cocktails and stuff.
Yeah, crafting with a K.
By the way, I gotta say, I wanna, do you guys like Disney?
Yes.
Yes.
I gotta send you, when I first moved up here, there's this page that I found, and they had this guy creating Disney themed mixed cocktails. Ooh. And I saved all these pictures that I was going to shoot over to you guys if you were ever interested, because there's really cool layers. There's a little mermaid, a Mickey Mouse, a Hercules.
How cool.
That's so cool. Yes, please send that over. I would love that. Yeah. Me and my Disney princess cocktail. That is so cool.
Oh, that's so you.
Oh, those are pretty.
That is so pretty.
Yeah. They're always making the cocktails, Jarrett, when I'm not here, which is really unfortunate, because they don't make it when I'm around, probably because they're worried about it.
We're like, where's our cocktail gone?
Sure, I put it down here somewhere.
Somewhere.
Just slurping sounds from the corner, yeah. Yes. Thank you, Kasie, for saying that. Let's see, Maysam Adventures say live workout next week.
Oh yes, yeah. We've got to be in our workout gear, Lucy.
That's it. Maybe Mark will teach us some moves.
Yeah,
that would be fun, wouldn't it?
It would.
And Seth Kitchener here.
Oh, hi guys. Lovely.
Welcome. Thanks for coming. Kasie says, it depends. ADHD is a catch-22 sometimes. I can hyper-focus but have no clue what's going on around me, but evenings are hard for me to focus. Yeah, and Kasie says, no more meds here, coffee. Have you seen my top? It's probably backwards, but it says need more caffeine.
Yeah, and we've all got our caffeine here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I can imagine it's that catch-22 situation.
Yeah,
thank you for sharing.
Yes,
that,
thank you, appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
And it's good that people do share these things nowadays, because back in the past, things weren't really talked about. So it does help that, people can share, and that, you don't feel you're the only one out there with these things happening to them. So which is really, really good nowadays.
It's important, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Just George. There is a quote from my favorite series of books. We can only be who we are. We can be no more nor no less than who we are. As to do that, we not only lie to others, we lie to ourselves. Oh, I'm sorry if I
murdered that, didn't you?
Do you want me to try it again?
Yes, do it in your acting voice. Come on, are you sure you want the glasses?
A channel me.
Yeah, okay.
It's just small, everybody. Bear with me. It's just small. We can only be who we are. We can be no more nor no less than who we are. As to do that, we not only lie to others, we lie to ourselves.
Oh, very true.
Basically, own who you are and wear it proudly. Yeah, and I think that's actually really important for YouTube and probably podcasts and things like that, because I think people see through if you're putting on an act or if you're trying to be something you're not.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. I was actually just thinking about this the other day. There's this guy that I watched. You guys probably seen him, Jacksepticeye. And
Oh, I know, yeah.
I watched a video that he released that he was talking about his year and how he almost got to a point where he felt like quitting, and then he didn't and he got through it. But I will say that people like watching stuff that are genuine, and sometimes there's people that want to just create to try to get to that money that they keep hearing about or get affiliated, and that's all they care about, and they just keep pushing out content, layering it, but there's no heart, there's no passion. It's noticeable, and that's why when I started doing this, I wanted to make sure I was passionate about it. And honestly, I wish I learned about it when I was younger, because there's so many games that I played growing up that I wish I could record. I remember my very first game console that I actually ever touched was the original gray Game Boy. That was the brick.
Right.
And I remember playing a game on that. That's what started me off. But the best gaming memory I have is I get downstairs on Christmas morning, and it's when I'm a kid, and there's this box with my name on it. That there's a lot more, but I'm more interested in this box. I tear it open, and it's completely blue, and it has the PS2 logo on it, and then bundled with it is Kingdom Hearts. And that game is actually what got me more interested in gaming, because it showed me that no matter how strong darkness is in your life, light will always conquer and find a way.
Oh,
that's
wow.
lovely.
That's amazing. Yeah.
There's so much heart and soul in some of these games, isn't there? And so many like good messages.
Yeah, I know people sometimes who don't play gaming think it's all about, shooting and killing zombies and stuff, but it's not. And, when we watch other gamers' channels, it's amazing. They're absolutely beautiful. The graphics and the stories are so interesting. And often there's humor in there, and, and it's like, oh, this is really fun, and maybe I should play more games, because I used to back in the day a little bit.
I had a PS2.
Yeah,
we used to play games sometimes.
Yeah, I used to play computer games, and I guess life just goes on, and you think, oh, I haven't got time to do this. But as we were saying earlier, we should all find time to do these things that we enjoy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, more going on in the chat.
Let's see. Flower eggs and yeast. You guys have been great today.
Fantastic.
Thank you, everyone, for coming along and joining in. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Flower eggs and yeast say, isn't that crazy? It could be a 4-minute video, but it took hours upon hours of editing. Or is that just me? Lol. Any editing time saves any editing time saving tips. Sorry. Any editing time saving tips.
Easy for you to
I would say make sure you just save often. Please make sure you save often. And when I edit, I got to make sure I'm paying attention if there's action going on, because if I'm not saying anything and I'm focused on something, I want to make sure if I want to include that. Or if I'm really quiet for a long time, I'll make sure to look for gaps within my editing and try to kind of link them and close them together. And I will say that one thing I would love to do with the channel is editing live streams, because I've seen another YouTuber that's done it with his kill count, and it's amazing how you can watch somebody edit and still hang out and chat. And that's something I eventually want to get to a point doing, is editing my videos during a live stream so people can come hang out my process.
That's really interesting, isn't it? Yeah. I haven't heard of that before.
It's a channel. It's a channel called Dead Meat, who makes kill counts based off like classic horror movies. Like, he'll watch a horror movie, go through it, and then he'll count the deaths and how they died, and then go over it at the very end. He does like Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Chopping Mall. Yeah. And
she liked that one.
that one. That was
that was a classic. They can't go wrong.
Yeah, I've seen some of the others, but I haven't heard of Chopping.
It's a good one. It's a classic. It's an old 80s one, but yeah, no, that's a good one. And he's the one that I first started watching doing it. He hasn't done it in a while, but he used to at least do it once a week, and then he'll say what video it is. So that's the one that's coming out like the next week.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. He would just hang out, edit, and people look at chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's really good. Might get some tips.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to check that out. Yeah, that's
Definitely
interesting.
gonna
Something
check that
really
out.
different there.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, TT Burger says, I'm doing better. She was pushy and demanding, wanting everything done her way. And I know it's mean to bring this up here, but yeah, I was bad, but doing better. And you guys are cheering me up for sure.
Oh,
This is a place where we can all share, Tony. You can share whatever you want here.
Yeah.
We've all been through those horrible times, and it's really nice that, you know, you're getting support from people, and that, you know, you get time away from it all. And as we were saying, just to forget your troubles for a little while.
Yeah, pop me a text later if you want to chat, Tony. Feel free.
Yeah, and sometimes these things are for the better. They don't seem like it at the time, but sometimes these things happen for a reason. I really believe that, and I'm sure there's better things to come.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I would, and if you're looking for anybody, Tony, go ahead and check out DDT and ask about the Dragon Hearts, because the Dragon Hearts is the support group. And if you ever need to talk to anybody, relate to gaming or anything, to get anything off your chest, just go in there and they'll find someone that you can talk with. And it's all confidential. There's nothing publicly leaked. It's a very fun service that a lot of the gamers in that group go to. Really helps out a lot of people.
Can we have a link to that to put in the description?
Yeah, I will send it. I will send it over to you guys in a Facebook message here to the Dark Dragon Triad, because that's where you really want to go. And then people can just post on a Facebook page saying, "Can I get a Dragon Heart?" And then they'll find somebody and they'll privately message you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What an amazing service.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of links to send to us, Jarrett.
I know. We got to go through, and I got
to. Let's see. TT Burger. Hey, doggy, I love dogs. They're cute. Poodles are my favorite.
Oh, Layla, she's just waking up. She likes that little tired face. Look. Well, just kissed her again and done another lipstick.
He's putting lipstick marks on my dog.
Sorry. I can't stop kissing her. She's so sweet.
She's cute, yeah.
Cuddly. I'll lay her down again. I don't think she's finished sleeping.
Let's see. Just George says, a DM is a dragon master. He makes the campaigns and does the voices for any character that needs them. Is that the guy who was in the Wizard? Was he the DM?
Yep, he's the one that is the DM, and he's the one that, like, when you're a DM, you got to plan out the night. Like, you got to think, like, what are these 2 hours are going to be in it? What am I going to do from start to finish? And you kind of plan it out yourselves while the rest of anybody else doesn't know what's going on. And then, like a storyteller, like, you get to this cave and then you go this way, and it's like they don't know what's going to happen until it happens. And that's where it can get pretty exciting, especially if you're the one that knows what's going on and they don't.
Brilliant. It's probably quite a lot of planning involved in something like that, like a 2-hour event. It's probably sorry, phone's going off. It probably takes quite a lot of time.
Oh, it's probably
hello. Sorry, family are coming through. Sorry, guys, we'll be back.
We have a family Skype on Sunday with, you know, all sorts of people. Lucy's dad, grandparents.
Yeah, but no, that doesn't mean we have to go. They'll be on for ages.
No, they talk for ages. So yeah, we can join when we're ready.
Don't worry. I accidentally accepted the call.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, it does take a while. There's not just one book on D&D. There's like 10, 11. And they go into different like campaigns. They go into different like a Dungeon Master's Guide, a Player's Handbook. There's so much that goes more into it than the basic gaming. But there's a lot of like, on my shelf, I actually got a Stranger Things themed one that came with a little figurine, and it has a Dungeons and Dragons story based on that.
Oh, excellent. That sounds fun. We love Stranger Things.
Oh, yes. That was
such a great show. Such a great
wonderful.
Show.
So original. And it's just it was so much fun to watch. Loved it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Kasie says, yes, I have 2 channels now. We're not subscribed to your second channel, Kasie.
Oh, gosh.
Let us know what that is. And I'm trying to catch up and keep up.
Oh,
yeah.
2 channels. That is a lot of work, Kasie. But yeah, we need to subscribe to that.
Yeah, sorry, didn't realize that was up now. I know you've been thinking about doing one for a while.
Yeah,
we'll make sure we head on over to that
yeah,
afterwards.
or just type it out so people can see what it is.
Yeah,
might as well do it now. Yes, we can all have a look then.
Yes. Let's see. TT Burger says, "You're welcome. Love these videos. I tune in as much as I can." Oh, yes. Thank you, Tony, for all your support.
Yes, thank you.
And let's see. Save often, do that. Oh, I think that's with the editing. Yes, save often. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's the worst. My Filmora software that I edit on actually now saves like backups quite regularly, so you have something quite recent, but it's still frustrating.
One day it lost everything, didn't it? Recently, it just disappeared. I don't know why. It just
Yes, look at my face. I'm feeling it over again.
Let's change the subject quickly. Yes. God, she was stressed that day.
I was not pleasant company.
No.
Let's see. Tony says, yeah. Oh, my girlfriend wanted to get engaged within a year to move to Florida and get married in 2 years, have kids, and wanted me to get a higher paying job so she can stay home and take care of the future kids. Oh, she didn't like me playing video games and such, or watching anime or so. We were together for 4.5 months. Oh, see, you are so lucky, Jarrett, because you and your wife seem to have so many things in common, you know, and you support each other, and that's so important, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's honestly it's amazing to where I think the butterfly effect really came into effect. That's of how I got here, because I will say there is something that happened growing up where I had the way I met my wife was going to a church camp, or like a camp retreat for the disabled up here nearby where I'm living now. It's about like just a 5-minute drive, but when I was that kid, it was like a 2-hour drive because I was with my church group living down in southern Minnesota. So I had the option to say yes or no to go. And I ended up saying yes. My wife was there that same week. We didn't really talk at all. And we ended up transferring numbers. And then 2 weeks later, she texted me. And then we keep that up for about 2 to 3 years texting. And then I get to the point where I'm actually able to come up here and be with her. And then I finished off my senior year of high school up here. And then about a year or two after that, we get married. And that's it. The rest is history.
Yeah.
Oh, what a lovely story.
Yeah. So
I love that.
Yeah, it was a lot of sort of slow build, and and it does help, isn't it, to have somebody who you can share all your interests, you know, not all your interests, but some of your interests with. Yeah.
And you must have got to know each other so well during that time when you were texting. Me and my husband did long distance for 3 years. And you get to know someone so well in a long distance relationship because you have to talk, you know. It's not like you could just really like, you know, not talk. You have to talk, otherwise what are you going to do? So I think there is something to be said for that. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Let's see. Flour, eggs, and yeast. We have to head out, but we always love to be a part of these chats. Thank you guys for sharing the love.
Oh,
thank you for coming, guys.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we really do. And let's see. Kasie says, oh, thank you. Only one video up. Entrepreneur Life with Kasie Oswald.
Oh, Entrepreneur Life.
Okay, everyone got that? Entrepreneur Life with Kasie Oswald.
Check it out. Thanks, Kasie.
And she says, editing is not for me. Lol, I suggest paying someone if you can. I hope no one minds me plugging myself. I edit, occasionally I edit for Kasie. And if anyone wants any help, edit me for rates. Message. I hate plugging myself. You can tell how awkward I get.
Yes, you got all pink. Look at a little
Can you tell them that they can message me? And
you can message Lucy because she does offer an editing service.
Yes.
Service. For a small fee.
For a small fee. Yeah. Just hit me up on Facebook, or you can see our email address there at the bottom. Brit Girls Go Stateside @gmail.com.
Yes. I don't know how she gets enough hours in the day. Because she works all night as well. So that's probably why she's like.
So probably why I'm a little bit flustered all the time. And Amsab Kitchen said, editing is the hardest part for me. Yeah, I mean, like, we're just lucky that I love it. You know, like, it is hard, but I really enjoy it. And I imagine if you don't enjoy editing, it's.
Yeah, I was going to do editing as well, but Lucy did, you know, had a sort of head start on me and was so good. I thought, well, why bother? I mean, she's doing such an awesome job. I'll concentrate on other things. So
yeah, well, it's nice, like we say, when there's two of you, because Mum does a lot of the uploading and thumbnails and that side of things that, you know, I'm not really so good at. So it does work out well. Yeah, great. Let's see. Just George says, doing audio edits is so much easier than visual edits. I won't do YouTube videos for that reason. That and podcasting is more of an audio thing than a visual thing, so I'm lucky. Yeah, I can imagine actually if you're just doing the audio, it does take a lot of pressure off. And he says communication is key to a successful relationship. Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tony says she wanted everything. Oh, he says she wanted everything her way. She almost did get me a Christmas gift because she doesn't like buying people gifts, and I spent over $100 on her and she got me an Amazon gift card though.
Oh, wow.
Tony, it sounds like you're better off without her.
Yeah, it does, Tony. Yeah.
Go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kasie says, yes, Lucy is great at editing, as you all know. Oh, thank you. She does my videos. Oh, thank you, Kasie. Yeah, I do love editing. I know I say it almost every week, but it is one of my favorite parts of doing a YouTube channel. And Just George says, if I ever go for uploading the podcast to YouTube, I'll give you an email.
Okay, cool.
That's a good point. A lot of people do like podcast style videos on YouTube, don't they? Because I think if you're going to do a podcast, very often you have to pay for like a hosting site. I'm sure Just George knows more about this than I do. You have to pay for like a hosting site, whereas if you do it on YouTube, you can do it for free. And if you want to add visuals, you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Well, if anyone has any questions for Jarrett, then pop them in the chat now. This is your opportunity.
Yeah.
And we'll ask Jarrett our final question that we ask to all our guests, which is, Jarrett, if you could take everything that you've learned so far on your YouTube journey and boil it down into one piece of advice for someone who is starting a YouTube channel, or maybe someone who has a small YouTube channel, what piece of advice would you offer someone who's just starting their journey?
I would like to make sure to ask them, make sure if this is what they really want to do and that if they feel passionate about it. Because if you don't feel passionate about it and you just want to do it for the money, then I wouldn't recommend doing it. And then I would also recommend looking at paying attention at budget items. You don't always need the most expensive thing to start out. I mean, I originally started doing it with free software and everything, and it was very complicated to get started. There was even a point to where I didn't have a capture card and I still needed to push out content. So I was just console streaming for like 2 to 3 months till I could afford my own and re-uploading the footage to YouTube like that. Like I do now, but now I can mix it. But and then I would also recommend looking into yourself and making sure that you want to have these different types of experiences if you can handle them, because sometimes you get put into a situation that you don't know how to get out of. And that I will also say, make sure you have plenty of energy, get enough sleep, watch out for yourself, and make sure that you treat yourself better and don't lose focus on yourself, because as soon as you start doing that, you might miss out on eating, you might miss out on doing all this because you're just so consumed with your work.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure you can balance out things in your life too, not just put it all into, well, creating content.
Yes,
Gotta
that's
think about
good
yourself,
advice.
otherwise you'll get burned out pretty quick. And also I recommend listening to your favorite music while you either edit or after editing to help relax. And even watch videos on YouTube, of basic meditation, soft sounds, anything to help ease your mind a little bit. If you need to do that before getting back into what you're working on, the main thing is just self-care for yourself. You're going to do this because sometimes everything goes out the window. Sometimes hasn't happened to me, but sometimes it can just go out the window for people.
Yes,
we're nodding along here.
Yes,
It's so funny you say that, because you've hit on my New Year's resolution, because in 2020 I got so into it, didn't I? You did too, but specifically with the editing, and I wasn't exercising, I wasn't eating right.
And got the exercising for sure. Yes.
Yeah, poor Layla was not getting as much attention as she loved,
which is hard to believe.
I know. So I think balance is so key, and if you want to do it long term, it's so important to avoid burnout, to look after yourself, because you can only keep things up for calm down. You can only keep things up for so long. Kasie says good advice. Yes. And Just George says, I use Buzzsprout as my host, that way I can get it on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, etc. Perfect. Thank you for that. If anyone's looking into starting a podcast, check out Buzzsprout.
Yeah.
Great. Well, Jarrett, this has been awesome.
Seriously, it has. You've been a fantastic.
Yeah,
it's been fantastic having you on. Could talk for hours because you're so interesting to listen to, and the guests as well have been wonderful today. Thank you all out there.
Thank you everyone in the chat.
Yes, in the chat I meant, not the guests, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the guests.
Yeah.
And even if you haven't participated in the chat, but you've been listening or you're watching this on replay, thank you ever so much for supporting. It really does mean the world to us.
Yes. Okay. Well, all it leaves us to do is to say, please give us a like, subscribe to both channels if you haven't done so already, please. And we'll see you again next week with Mark Moser and Getting Fit. Thanks, Jarrett. Have a good week,
Jarrett.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.